Greetings. It's been a long time since I've made a new video for my YouTube channel, but I have a new project that I'm excited about, the PC Color Mixer app. The app takes the color you specify and how much clay you want to mix and gives you a recipe using 5 primary Sculpey Primo colors. It's available now in the Apple App Store and soon in the Google Play Store. The idea for the app came after I purchased a set of Sarah Renee Clark color cube cards, and I set to work figuring out how to make the colors on the cards from polymer clay. I'm not a color expert, but I am pretty good at math. So I studied hex codes and RGB codes till I figured out how to create a color recipe for most colors using a hex code and a lot of logic and math. What's a hex code, you say? Well, a hex code is a 6-digit representation of any color on the color spectrum. The hex code actually has a hashtag in front of it, but for the purposes of the app, we're not going to be using the hashtag. A400EB will give you this purple color. You may have seen hex codes used on the internet. They are used across the internet by painters, by printers to specify a particular color. The hex code is divided into 3 parts. The red part, which in this case, in this color, is represented by the letter A and the number 4. The green part, which is 0, which you might have guessed because purple generally has no green in it. And the blue part. The EB is the blue part. Each of those numbers goes into a calculation that comes up with these numbers. The red number is 164, the green number is 0, and the blue is 235. How the calculation works and what the calculation is irrelevant right now, or to you, because the app takes care of that. Look through another set of calculations. Those numbers can be converted to what are referred to as CMYK numbers. The CMYK numbers are numbers used by printers to determine how much and what colors to put on the printed page to make the colors that are actually on the page. All of the colors that you see printed come from these 4 colors. And then the app takes those numbers and the magic happens. In PC Color Mixer, you specify how much clay you want to make of a particular color using a hex code, or you can use a color picker, which I'll show you in a little bit. And so I said that I wanted to make 1 ounce of clay, and the numbers to do that are 4.36 grams of cobalt, 19.22 grams of fuchsia, no zinc, 1.51 grams of black, and 3.21 grams of white. These colors are all Sculpey Primo colors. The app has been tested to be used with these exact colors. If you use other colors or other brands, you might get similar results, and those results might be fine for you. It depends on how particular you are about getting the exact color that you're looking for. So where do you find the hex codes to use in your polymer clay projects? Start by going to my website, pccolormixer.com, polymer.com/help for the help screen. The first thing you'll find on the help page of pccolormixer.com is what you will need in order to use the app. We'll get back to the hex codes in a minute. The app uses Sculpey Primo colors: cobalt blue, fuchsia, zinc yellow, white, and black. You will also need a scale, and it needs to be able to weigh with precision up to hundredths of grams. This scale is one that I purchased on Amazon. It works great. It's inexpensive. There's a link to it below the video and also on my webpage. Next are instructions on how to use the app. It's quite simple in its user interface. The first screen is a color picker that you can use to choose a color from a spectrum of different colors. You choose your color, then you choose how light or dark you want that color to be with the other slider, and then you choose Implement the Magic. The other option is to use a hex code. So if you go to the hex code screen, you can just type in the hex code that you would like to use. The hex code needs to be in lowercase letters right now. That'll be changed in a later update to the app. The next screen is the magic. The screen actually shows you tell it how many ounces of clay that you want to mix, and it tells you the color recipe in exact hundredths of grams that you need to mix to make that color. To find color palettes online, you could use any of these websites, or there are other ones too. Colorhunt.co, coolers.co, designseeds.com. There are also other color apps in the App Store that will help you find numbers, hex codes for the colors that you want to make, and that would be those listed here. If you go to one of these websites, like colorhunt.co, it lists different palettes that you could use for your project. There are many, many, many palettes on each of these websites to choose from. As you hover over any of the colors, it shows you the hex code for that color. Then you can take that hex code back to PC Color Mixer app and create the recipe for the color mix for the color that you want to mix. Another way that you can find hex codes for colors is this fabulous tool that I found back in the spring and I bought and I absolutely love. It's Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube. It's two boxes, two cube-shaped boxes with 500 total cards. You can buy one set or the other set. You don't have to buy the whole set. That give you a beautiful color palette, a picture that it pulled the color palette from, and the hex codes for each of those colors. This has been an invaluable tool for creating this app and for testing the app. In order to make sure that the colors, or to test the colors, make sure they were correct, it was very useful for me to have a professionally printed cards with the exact color to match up to make sure that the color formulas were working. I love this so much that I set up an affiliate account with Sarah Renee Clark. So if you click the link in my website for the Color Cube cards, then I will get a little cut of, or a little payment from Sarah Renee Clark for your purchase. If you're watching this early on, like in 2024, before November 4th, there's a 20% off Sculpey.com discount code PCCLRMXR, that's PC Color Mixer with all the vowels removed, that you can use site-wide on Sculpey.com to get a discount. All of the links referred to are available in the notes below the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to stay informed about the PC Color Mixer new releases, you can subscribe to our mailing list on the homepage at pccolormixer.com.